Hi, this is Edward Troxel, and welcome to the first Premiere tutorial in a while. We're going to look back at one of the older Premiere tutorials where we added a new file to the timeline. We asked for the file name, we got the file, we added it to the timeline. Today we're going to look at how we can add a portion of that file to the timeline. We're going to do it two different ways. First of all, we're going to create a subclip and look at the advantages and disadvantages of that. And then we're going to look at a way that we can just add a portion of an entire clip to the timeline without creating a subclip. So let's get started. Let's start by looking at the version that will add a subclip. It is very similar to our original code, so all of this top part is going to be exactly the same. So we do a file to open and get the file.open dialog, and we ask for the video file that we want to get. If the file was null, then we alert that no file was selected. Otherwise, we're going to add the file to the timeline. First thing we want to do is get the current sequence, and then we get the video tracks. Then we want to get the first track, and then we're going to add it at the location of the cursor, so we get the player position and assign that to the cursor time. Next, we're going to go through the list of bins and see if there's one named test. If there isn't one named test, then we're going to create one named test, and then that is where we are going to put all of our imported files, which in this case is just one. So then we create our import array and then add that file name to it. Then we import that file into the bin we just created. Next, we're going to set a clip variable, set it to null, and then we're going to go through and look for the bin itself and look for that file name, and then that is the clip that we want to use. So if the clip is not null, then we did find that clip. Now here's where things start to get a little bit different. Previously we basically just did this line right here to overwrite clip, and then we had clip and cursor time. Now we want to specify that we only want a small portion of the clip. I've created a start time variable that's a new time, and an end time variable that's also a new time. Now we have to figure out where we want to start and stop. Well, in the video that I'm going to pick, it just so happens that the bride is singing a song to the groom, and it starts 1,150 seconds in, and it ends 1,347 seconds in. So this is the time frame that we're going to look at. So here is how you create a new subclip. We're going to get a new clip, which is clip.createSubclip, and then first we have the name of the clip, which is wedding song in this case. Then we specify the start time from the original clip, the end time from the original clip, and then we have three more numbers. The first is has hard boundaries. I've put all the definitions down here so we can easily see them. So this first number, 0, is has hard boundaries. Set to 0, the subclip is still going to reference the entire original clip. So if you expand out the left and right edges, then they would expand out to the full clip length. If you set this to 1, then you will only have from the start time to the end time, and you can't expand the clip out any farther because there is nothing there to expand. This next number determines whether or not you take the audio. 1 means take the audio, 0 means do not take the audio, and then the next one is take the video. So 1 would mean take the video, 0 would mean do not take the video. Then we're going to overwrite at the cursor position this new clip. So let's give this a try and see how it works. Here's the file we're going to be using. So we click on OK. It imports that file, and we get the new clip added down here. And this is a subclip, but it does still reference the entire file. Now, This is good in that you can create a subclip that's a literal sub-clip from the entire thing. But the thing that I don't like about this, for what I was wanting to use a partial clip for, is that every subclip you create is going to create a new entry in the bin. Now, of course, this can be a good thing, and there are times when you do want a new entry in the bin. But for my particular case, when I was doing this, I didn't want a new entry in the bin. I just wanted a partial clip on the timeline. So let's see how we can do basically the same thing, only without creating a subclip. So in this case, we're going to do the exact same thing that we did before. We're going to get the clip information, go through all the other stuff above, and as long as the clip is not equal to null, we're going to set our start time and our end time, and we're going to use the same number of seconds. This time, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to take the original clip, and I'm going to get the endpoint, and I'm going to save that in a save in variable. Then I'm going to get the out point and save that in a save out variable. Then I'm going to set the endpoint, and I'm going to set it to the start time. And then I'm going to set the out point, and I'm going to set that to the end time. And then we have this comma 4 at the end. The comma 4 means set this for both audio and video. 1 means video only. 2 means audio only. So 4 means audio plus video. So after we have set the in and out points, now we can overwrite clip and the original clip name at the cursor time, and then we will set the endpoint to the saved value, and then we'll set the out point to the saved value, also both audio and video, so comma 4, and that will get the clip back to its original state. So basically we've said this clip really is now this small little bitty section. Insert this small section and then reset it back to the full length. So let's see how that one works. So now we have the clip on the timeline. It is now referencing the original clip that is inside test, and we do not have any subclip listed. So that is how in Premiere we can create a subclip if we want and use that subclip as desired, which will create new entries in the bin. Or we can change the original clip to be a smaller portion of that original clip, use that smaller portion, and then reset it back to the full length. I hope you find this tutorial useful. Please sign up at www.JETDV.com and subscribe on YouTube to get further notifications on when new videos are presented.